Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. I can't think of a topic that's brought up more than what happens during rotation. Do we all die? Does everything burn to the ground and are we just left with fire and ash? Should I bring spam? You know, the important questions. Well, I'm here to prepare you for rotation the best way I know how, by standing in front of a white abyss and talking to you about how it's going to be both sad and awesome. Hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to hit that like button down there. It's like a bunch of little hugs all at once. Okay, rotation. As far as playability is concerned, this is really only going to affect standard players, as standard is the only rotating constructed format at the moment. Here's what you need to know. On October 2nd, 2015, you will no longer be able to use cards from Theros, Born of the Gods, Journey into Nyx, or Magic 2015 when you're making your standard deck. At all? None of those. They rotate out at the exact same time Battle for Zendikar becomes legal, which means that October 2nd and beyond, standard will be made up of Khans of Tarkir, Fate Reforged, Dragons of Tarkir, Magic Origins, and Battle for Zendikar, just those sets. Now, because rotations work differently now, see this video for more information on that, by the way, there will be an additional rotation in the spring of 2016, which we'll cover more in depth as we get closer to that. Until then, just know that Khans of Tarkir and Fate Reforged will rotate out early 2016. With all that out of the way, let's talk about how this hits you financially. We're losing basically half of standard, and with it a ton of value cards that are only good in standard. Remember, not all cards have an impact on modern or demand a high price due to commander play. Most standard all-stars are just that, standard all-stars. For instance, Hero's Downfall is a great card, but it isn't going to see play in Eternal formats because there are simply better options out there. Don't get me wrong, the card's great, but only in standard. The same could be said for a powerhouse creature like Pelucranos. Great card now, doesn't do anything anywhere else. Don't take this as a whole get rid of all your standard stuff video, because it isn't. There are some cards that you should hold on to, as they'll certainly go up in value over the long term. That's what we'll focus on. We'll start with the gods from Theros block, all of them. Don't get rid of them ever. These are mythics with unique, powerful abilities that will undoubtedly be valuable to commander players years down the road, since they're all very popular in that format. If you can get foil versions, even better. It's a gold mine you're sitting on. Get Theros gods while they're cheap, trust me. Other cards you should keep from the block: Thoughtseize, Eternal Staple, Courser of Krufix, the new Oracle of Moldiah. While not as powerful, at least in my mind, it is good at what it does and could see play somewhere else. I feel like the ability is strong enough. I wouldn't sell these if you can avoid it. There are some other cards you could hold, but I feel like these are the ones to focus on. As for buying, alright, I don't do much speculating, but I do learn from past experiences, so that's what I'm going with. I've been hoarding Dictate of Erebos. It's one more mana than Grave Pact, but it's less color restrictive and has flash. It's also $5 cheaper for some reason. I think this card will be in Commander forever. That ability is one that will stand the test of time. Everyone loves a good sacrifice deck. $1.50 for this card is a steal as far as I'm concerned. I would also say to, buy the Theros gods, in case that wasn't clear enough already. Just buy them. They're so cheap right now. Stupidly cheap. I saved Magic 2015 for last because it's a little different. By different, I mean it has multiple relevant reprints from Eternal formats. Looking at you, Court of Calling and Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth. Buy these cards. They were much higher before this printing, and they will start rising again. Most people haven't really thought about it yet, so they haven't really started going up, but they will, trust me. If you can get them for cheap, you should. The last card I want to mention is Sliver Hivelord. A lot of players forgot about this, but it's a Sliver legend at what, $7? Super cheap for what it is and what it does. Never underestimate the endless pockets Sliver players have. I'd buy this if you can get it. Seems really cheap for what it does. With all that said, I'm not a financial guru in any way, but you all keep asking me for my opinions, so there they are. Do with them what you will. Hope I answered a lot of your questions about rotation, but if you're still confused, ask away in the comments and I'll be around to help you out. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wow.